I tried this 5-minute money anxiety technique for 30 days. I couldn't look at my bank account without feeling sick. Every notification made my heart race. So I found this weird 5-minute technique that therapists use, and I did it every single day for 30 days. Here's what happened to my money anxiety and why this actually works. Stick around, because by the end, you'll know exactly how to use this technique yourself. The problem: before I started this experiment, my relationship with money was broken. I'm not talking about being broke. I'm talking about the feeling of money, the anxiety. It started small. A notification would pop up, and I'd ignore it for hours. Then days, sometimes weeks, I'd open my bank account, see a number that didn't match my fantasy in my head, and immediately close it. Heart pounding, palms sweating. That physical reaction you get when you're genuinely scared. The worst part? I wasn't even poor. I had money, but I had money anxiety, which is completely different. I'd lie awake at 3 a.m. doing math in my head that made no sense. Catastrophizing. What if I lose my job? What if the economy crashes? What if I'm terrible with money? My brain was running a disaster simulation 24/7. And I realized this wasn't about money. This was about fear. The discovery. I started researching. Turns out, money anxiety is a recognized psychological response. It's not laziness or stupidity. It's a genuine emotional block that millions of people have. And I found something interesting. Therapists treating anxiety disorders use a technique called the 5-minute grounding and reframe method. It combines 3 things. 1, a quick grounding exercise to calm your nervous system. 2, honest acknowledgement of the feeling, not running from it. 3, a single reframe that shifts perspective. The promise was simple. Do this 5 minutes a day for 30 days, and you'd notice a measurable shift in your emotional relationship with money. I was skeptical, but I was also desperate. So I committed to 30 days. Day 1, the struggle. Here's what the technique looked like. I'm going to give you the exact steps so you can do this yourself. Step 1, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding exercise. 2 minutes. Sit down. Close your eyes for 5 seconds. Then, name 5 things you can see. Name 4 things you can physically feel. Name 3 things you can hear. Name 2 things you can smell. Name 1 thing you can taste. This sounds weird, but it literally hijacks your anxiety response. You're switching your brain from threat detection mode to observation mode. The anxiety doesn't disappear. It just pauses. When I did this on day 1, sitting at my desk, I felt it immediately. Not a cure, just a pause. Like the noise in my brain got turned down to 40% volume instead of 110%. Step 2. The honest acknowledgement. 2 minutes. I wrote 1 sentence about what I was actually afraid of. Not vague, specific. Day 1. I wrote, I'm terrified that I'll never have enough money. And that means I'm not good enough as a provider. That hit different because that's not really about money. That's about self-worth. Writing it down made me realize the fear was abstract and huge. But when I wrote it, suddenly it was specific and smaller. Step 3. The reframe. 1 minute. Then I did something I thought was stupid. I read my fear statement out loud. And then I said, this fear is real, but it's not a fact. One person can't predict the future. I'm doing what I can today. That has to be enough. I felt ridiculous, but something shifted. That was day 1. I didn't wake up cured. I didn't suddenly feel like a money master. But I felt slightly less trapped by my own thoughts. I did the 5 minutes again before bed. Same result. A small amount of mental space that wasn't there before. Week 2, the shift. By week 2, something unexpected happened. I started looking at my bank account. Not because I wanted to, because I wasn't afraid to. The grounding exercise had become automatic. I'd feel anxiety creeping in, and instead of ignoring it, I'd immediately do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My nervous system was learning. Oh, this is a signal, not a threat. We can handle signals. My fear acknowledgements are getting more honest too. Like, I spent too much last month and I feel ashamed about it, but I'm learning as I go. Instead of, I'm terrible with money and I'll always be poor. See the difference? One is a fact about a specific situation. The other is a self-judgment that's unfalsifiable. You can't prove it wrong because it's about your entire identity. By week 2, I was starting to separate my choices from my character. Around day 11 or 12, something clicked. I finally looked at my full financial picture without shutting down. I made a simple budget. Nothing fancy, just numbers on a page. And you know what I felt? Not perfect, but in control. Even the numbers I didn't like weren't devastating anymore. They were just information, data points I could actually work with instead of abstract threats. My friend noticed too. She said, "You seem different about money stuff. You're actually talking about it now instead of changing the subject." I was, because I wasn't running from it anymore. Day 30, the result. Day 30 came, and I want to be honest, I'm not a money millionaire now. I didn't suddenly have perfect finances, but my nervous system is different. My relationship with money is different. Here's what actually changed. Change number 1. Can look at numbers without panic. This sounds small, but it's huge. I checked my account, saw I had overspent in one category, and instead of shame spiral, I thought, okay, I see it. I can adjust next month. That's it. That's the whole thing. The ability to be honest about reality without dissolving into catastrophe. Change number 2. I started thinking in possibilities instead of limitations. Before, I have X amount of money and it's not enough, and it will never be enough. After, I have X amount of money. Here's what I can do with it. Here's what I want to work toward. Same money, different brain. Change number 3. The anxiety returns sometimes, but it was manageable. Here's what they don't tell you. This isn't a one-time fix. Some days, that old panic feeling would creep back. But because I'd done the exercise 30 times, I knew what to do. I do the grounding. I get honest. I'd reframe. And within 5 minutes, I had my agency back. It's like learning a new response pattern. Your brain says, danger. And instead of believing it, absolutely, you go, okay, let's look at this rationally. Change number 4. I actually made financial decisions. This one surprised me because I was no longer paralyzed by anxiety. I could actually think about money. I opened a savings account, something I'd been terrified to do. I looked at investment options, not because I'm suddenly rich, but because I was no longer frozen. That's what money anxiety does. It freezes you. It doesn't let you move forward. By day 30, I'd spent 150 minutes total, 5 minutes a day for 30 days, retraining my nervous system's response to money. Was it a miracle? No. Was it a game changer? Absolutely. How to do this yourself? If you want to try this, here's the exact protocol. Step 1. Daily 5-minute practice. Every single day, morning or evening, do the 5 minutes. Set a timer. Don't skip. The 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding exercise. 1 honest fear acknowledgement. Write it. 1 reframe statement. Step 2. Commit to 30 days. Not 7, not 14. 30. Your nervous system needs consistency to rewire. Step 3. Track it. Keep a simple log. How anxious were you before? 1 to 10. How anxious after? This gives your brain evidence that it's working. Step 4. Be honest. Don't skip the hard part, the acknowledgement. That's where the actual work happens. The technique works because it's not denying your anxiety. It's not positive thinking that feels fake. It's actually metabolizing the fear. You're feeling it, naming it, and choosing a different perspective. That's powerful. Here's what I want you to know. If you have money anxiety, you're not broken. You're not lazy. Your brain is trying to protect you. It's just overprotective. This technique doesn't make you rich, but it makes you available to become rich. It removes the emotional block so you can actually think clearly about your financial life. I'm still using this. Some days I need it twice. But the point is, I have a tool now, and the tool works. Join our school support community, link below. If you try this 30-day challenge, I want to hear about it. Comments, DMs, whatever. Tell me what happened. Tell me if the anxiety shifted. Tell me what you discovered. And if you found this helpful, please share it. Because I know you're not the only person lying awake at 3 a.m. doing anxiety math about money. You're helping someone else break free. Watch until the end. YouTube recommends a video just for you. YouTube recommends you check out this video in the corner next. It's suggested specifically for you, so click to watch that now. I will see you in the next video.